Hey guys, Jonathan here with TLD with an unboxing and performance review of the just released 2013 13-inch MacBook Air. Now I haven't had it long enough to bring you a full in-depth review. I really want to put the battery through its paces, test it out before I bring you the full review, but at the very least for now, I can sure as heck show you how it performs. So from there we can go to move on to the obligatory plastic rippage. From there set it up, give it a little nudge, and pop the cap, and there she is, the new 2013 MacBook Air. As always, Apple does an excellent job with the packaging in terms of aesthetics and just laying it out there so you can bring it out with ease. We'll go ahead and set it aside and take a look at the accessories first. So of course you do get all your documentation, which includes a quick start guide, a MacBook Air important product information guide, and of course, what would an Apple unboxing be without Apple stickers? Now aside from that, you have your MagSafe 2 power adapter with an extension cable just in case you need some more length. Now in terms of what's new with the 2013 MacBook Air, most of the tweaks and changes are under the hood. So these feature Intel's 4th generation Core processors, either with an i5 or i7. The model I am looking at is the baseline i5 model, spec'd with a 1.3 GHz dual-core i5 CPU, but the kicker is it actually turbo boosts up to 2.6 GHz, which is pretty impressive. Now because these do feature Intel's 4th gen CPUs, not only are they bringing better power efficiency, but it also brings HD 5000 integrated graphics to the table, and in terms of how much of an improvement that is over the previous HD 4000 graphics, well, I will show you in a minute. Now, of course, the MacBook Air still features its ridiculously thin design, sizes in at 0.68 inches at its thickest point, and then tapers down to an insane 0.11 inches at its thinnest point. It weighs in at just a shade under 3 pounds and now features a 720p FaceTime HD camera. Now in terms of the ins and the outs, on the left side, we have a MagSafe 2 power input. There is the first of 2 USB 3.0 ports, a headphone jack, and dual microphones. On the flip side, we have an SD-XC card slot, which you do not have on the 11-inch model, by the way, the second USB 3.0 port, and a single Thunderbolt port. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the performance section of the video. We're going to start out with a boot up speed test, see how fast this guy is. Now something really kind of cool with the new 2013 MacBook Airs is that they feature PCI Express based SSDs, so you effectively eliminate any SATA bottlenecks, so you should get faster performance. So it looks like we clocked in at a hair under 13 seconds. Let's go ahead and move on to the speed test of the SSD and see exactly how fast it is. Now in the Blackmagic Design disk speed test application, I saw write speeds over 430 megabytes per second, and read speeds were a staggering 700 plus megabytes per second. Comparatively, if you stack that up against a 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro, which features a SATA 3 SSD, that's pulling in write speeds of 320 plus megabytes a second, and read speeds of 450 plus megabytes per second. So you can see there is a pretty significant difference there. In Geekbench, the 64-bit edition, the MacBook Air scored in at 6,772. And again, using the 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro as a reference, that scored at 7,390. So considering the clock speeds on both, there's not a huge difference between the two, which was actually pretty surprising. Again, I am using the baseline i5 1.3 GHz model, and if you stack that up with the MacBook Pro, you'll notice the base clock speeds, there's a huge difference, 1.3 to 2.5 on the i5 Retina MacBook Pro. But if you look at the turbo boost clock speeds, that's actually not as big of a difference. It's 2.6 on the MacBook Air and 3.1 on the MacBook Pro. So there you can kind of see why the performance difference isn't that drastic. And again, the MacBook Air, just like the MacBook Pro, also features hyper-threading. So even though it is physically a dual-core CPU, there's actually 4 threads. So the OS will actually see and utilize 4 threads, almost like a virtual 4-core processor. Jumping over to Cinebench 11.5, the MacBook Air in the CPU portion scored 2.46, where again the 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro scored 2.78. Again, not a huge difference there. Jumping over to the OpenGL side of things, the MacBook Air put out a score of just about 23 average frames per second, whereas the 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro pumped out just about 20 frames per second. Now the HD 4000 graphics that are found in the 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro are the exact same found in the 2012 MacBook Air, so that should give you an idea in terms of graphic improvement of how that differs. There wasn't a huge difference in Cinebench in the OpenGL section, but moving on to Unigine Valley, there was actually a pretty big difference there. The MacBook Air with the HD 5000 graphics got a max frames per second of 29.5 and a score of 751, whereas the 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro, again using the HD 4000 graphics, much like the 2012 MacBook Air, scored a maximum frames per second of 18.8 and a score of 528, so you can kind of see the gap starting to build there. Now, like I said, I have only had it for 2 days, so I will be doing more extensive gaming tests. I'll probably throw Windows on there, benchmark it, so if you have not subscribed, make sure you do so you do not miss any of that coverage. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did and you are feeling like being awesome, make sure to hit that like button. As always, it is much appreciated. In return, I am dishing out virtual high fives or internet cookies, your choice. Now, if you guys found this type of video helpful and you're looking to buy a new MacBook Air, definitely make sure to check out the links down below. There's pricing, the different models available. Most states don't pay tax on Amazon, so you may save $100+ picking it up from there, and it helps the channel at the same time, so everybody wins. Now, obviously, if you're in a state like California where you do pay tax, obviously get it wherever you can get it cheapest, but for reference, I will have all those links down below. So again, thank you guys very much for watching. Also, shot a lot of this video with a new Rockin' lens. If you want more info on that or my gear, check that out down below as well. Let me know what you thought of the video quality. If you liked it, again, hit that like button, and I will see you guys very soon with some more 2013 MacBook Air coverage.